Yep. Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it because you're aware that if you hike too hard, you're gonna get some sort of punishment, right? Whereas if you just don't hike at all, you're also gonna get punishment. So you're trying to find where's the sweet spot, right? Would you agree with that, Angela?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yep. So tell me where you currently perceive like the best way to do it. Like you're doing little hikes or something, right? Just
Yeah,
getting back
for
into it.
I think I've gotten up to 5 miles 2 days in a row. When I first got back into it, I woke up in the middle of the night. I mean, everything seemed to be aching and tight. And I thought, I'm going to just push through this. Like, I'm going to relax. I'm going to hydrate more. That's another thing. I know I don't hydrate enough. And I'll just move as usual and I'll get back into it tomorrow. And I
Hmm.
did. And then I did 2 days in a row there. And I felt absolutely great. So that now I can start climbing again and I don't even feel hardly winded. I also have a bit of a heart problem, right? I thought, I am not going to let everything atrophy like I did after I was hit. And they told me, oh, stay off your feet for 4 to 6 months. I said, no, I'm going back to work for 3 months. And I injured myself again. But I just kept going. And unfortunately, I didn't follow through with the physio as I should have. I should have just kept it going, right? And I didn't. And I'm paying for it now.
Well, I actually think
So,
that you have the right mindset in place. Like I think you're
okay.
correctly and rationally seeking to do this activity and putting your effort into finding what the right amount for you is at this time. But you still seem to have some level of concern about it. Do you want to go deeper into what you're actually concerned about here? Because from my perspective, it sounds
Well,
okay.
I'm concerned about another flare up, like for
Right.
bursitis, for example. I had that a really bad bout in 2012 and it hasn't come back. And I thought, well, if I press too hard, especially if I'm carrying stuff on my back, for example, I'm risking this because I know what I've done in the past. And believe it or not, I just turned 73 and I'm trying to return to at least the level of fitness I was in my like 50s. Because at that point I was able to work in the sun, like really hot sun for 8 hours.
Hmm.
So this is my goal. I want to at least go back to that instead of getting worse and worse and worse and worse.
Okay, well then let's actually quantify this. Like let me just suggest some things and you tell me like is that outside of your okay, like just imagine you're gonna hike 3 times 1 hour, 3 times per week, 1 hour each time. Does that sound like a lot or not much?
1 hour each time. I tell you right now, if I pedal, that shin splint is going to be murderous. I've
Okay, so
tried
one
that.
hour is 1 hour is a lot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what about half an hour?
At this point, I don't know because I haven't tried in years.
Oh, okay. So you actually okay. So there's a range of activity that you actually haven't gone into for quite a long time, and you're still worried
Yeah.
if when you do it that you're gonna have like a flare up, basically, right?
Yeah, because that's what's happened before. Like walking, like I've been walking since I was a toddler, like long walks, wandering around, and that's how I work off tension. And that's I pray and I think and I try to solve problems while I'm walking. I admire nature, I really feel at peace. So that is my main thing now. I do a lot of stretches too. I should get into more of the stretches actually.
Okay. So the main just let me clarify. I know you said this already, but I just want to really clarify. The main fear here is that if you do walking for too long, you're going to get a flare up, right? And you're not sure how to approach that. You're not sure how you can cross that barrier. Is that right?
At this point, yeah, because I'm a high energy person, I tend to push too far and too fast. And
Yeah.
then I something happens. And, and I thought, oh, okay, like what have I torn this time? So it's just something I have to learn is just to not overdo it once because that's going to mean a setback. And then it's a setback, then I have to start again from square one, so to speak.
Yeah, I'd say
And that's
that's a fair way of looking at it. And I think you don't, there's no need to go really far quickly, right? Because like, imagine you just space this out over a year, right? You just had your expansion and improvement happen over a longer term, consistent, gradual effort, right? You'd get where you wanted to go. Might take a year or something, but that would be okay, right? You don't need to try to get some quick results and prove to yourself anything, right?
yeah. Yeah, that's just
So
me. I'm always competing against myself.
yeah, because like the clear rational thing that someone would do here is like, well, just take what you can currently do, say you can walk 10 minutes and just walk 11 the next day or the next time. And then the next time walk 11 and a half minutes or something, right? And see that's kind of clear, but well, and easy, right? That would be a simple formula that you could do, just a
Yeah,
gradual
I
step
walk
up.
more than
But
that, I'll tell you.
say that again.
Oh, I walk more than that. Sometimes I race walk too, and I'm like, okay, Lyle, let's do this 2.5 clicks or whatever, and let's see if we can do it in 30 minutes, 40 minutes or whatever. Let's try to go a little faster and see if we can do it in less time. So far so
Right.
good.
I think you seem to be honing in on like it seems like a problem that you've had in the past where you would overdo it, right? But it seems like you've recently
Oh
become
yeah,
conscious of that, and
constantly.
you're getting good at that. You're like improving at not overdoing it. Would that be true?
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry too much. Like you actually sound like you have the right idea in mind, and it's just settling down. I would say that soon you're going to find how to consistently just do an amount that's just a little bit more expansive and not overdo it.